What's up, everybody? It's your boy Meme here. That's my favorite show in the background. For breakfast, I had for brunch I had for breakfast I had a piece of French toast and a banana. For lunch I had some sausage and some vegetables, and for dinner I had a piece of cake. I woke up this morning at 6:30 a.m. And then I walked on the treadmill for, I believe, 5 miles. But let me check. It could be 6. I think it's 5. It was 5 miles, but I did burn 774 calories, which is pretty nice. And once I did that, I took a shower, and then I started some work on LeetCode. Not really. Last night I was on LeetCode, but there's this YouTuber by the name of NeetCode who has the NeetCode 150, and NeetCode just seems like a LeetCode clone. I don't know really what the difference is. I think the difference is that in the solution you can look at his solution to the problem, like in the solution tab. So I was working on that, but my solution to the very, very simple contains duplicate question was I forget what it's called in big O notation, but as the data set went up, the speed it took went up exponentially, right? Because it was comparing each item in the list with every other item in the list, which is just slow, right? And not what you want. And so, then I was watching the solutions video, and it was like, oh, you can do if you sort the list, you could just compare every item with the next item. So then it goes up by, I think, log of n, but I don't know, I'm still iffy on big O notation. It goes up, it slows down the speed of, the second order derivative slows down. I think that's what I'm describing. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets flat. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, you could do this, but it's only this efficient. If you want it to be really efficient, you can do this thing called a hash map. And I was like, what's a hash map? I'm gonna look up a hash map first, because he was just gonna show like how to implement a hash map. And I was like, well, I'm gonna look up what a hash map is. And I've heard of it before. Like, I've heard about it actually in the context of people studying for internships and jobs, having to learn data structures and algorithms, like learning what a hash map is. But the video I watched, the first minute for hash maps was like, well, if you've seen my binary search video, and I was like, well, I don't know what binary search is, which now that I know what binary search is a little embarrassing. But I looked up binary search, and it was like, oh, this is like conceptually binary search, and I was like, okay, I could implement this on my own, just so then I can figure out binary search, and then I can figure out hash maps on my own, and then I can answer this easy LeetCode question. And so I was like, well, first, before I implement binary search, I need to generate a data set. And it's been a while since I programmed in Python, and so this is my stupid thing I'm working on. This is wrong. I don't know. Hold on. What was the... Yeah, okay. This is what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know why this isn't working. You can see, I feel like you can see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be like, hey, at this point in the list, change it to this random number, right? But I just don't know why it's not working. It's very, very strange. But otherwise I've got everything else up. I love sanitizing strings and integers. I love sanitizing. It's such a fun little thing to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is really bothering me, but I need to go to bed soon, so I'm just recording my video and then I'm gonna go to bed. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna see it and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, why didn't I think of this? And I'm gonna find out the solution. But yeah, nothing else is really going on. An inspector came today at 12. He checked our outlets and stuff. Apparently near where there's water, like sinks and stuff, we don't have the little outlets with the buttons. We only have that in the bathroom. We don't have any in the kitchen, which is funny. I remember for some reason in my CompTIA A+ class, we were learning that you needed to have a particular type of outlet near a source of water. It may have not been from A+, but I was learning that in a formal setting, but I don't remember where. It could have been in like a woodshop class or something, but I remember learning that. But I remember learning that and like not applying it to my own house because presumably I was just so used to like my own house. Like I was so used to the buttons and the to the outlets in the kitchen not having any buttons on them. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, sorry, you've probably already looked it up. I should have mentioned it originally, but there were these. There are these, in America, there are these outlets with these 2 buttons in them, and I think they have like fuses or something. It's like super safe if you have one of these near your, you have to have them near water, so then like something doesn't go wrong. I don't know exactly, but they have these buttons on them. And the ones in our kitchen just don't have these. So anyway, so I feel like the reason I hadn't noticed when it was originally pointed out to me that like outlets within a certain point within a body of water need to like have those buttons on them was because I was just so used to them, to seeing them without the buttons in my kitchen. But I was so used to seeing the one with buttons in my bathroom that I was like, oh yeah, we have this, but we totally don't have it in the kitchen. I hadn't even considered that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry that took me so long. I mean, maybe I should script these or something.